watch your back.
No time to dally.
Don't touch me.
Never a dull moment.
He of the unsleeping eyes, grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear. A massacre. Drow and goblins slaughtered the lot. Please, just leave me be.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
Excellent armor. Strange place to find it.
We'll never put this fire out. You're better off helping anyone.
Can't you see the inn is burning?
Grand Duke Ravengard could be inside. Don't just stand there. Push!
Smoke. Something's burning.
Careful, I might.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
Grand Duke Ravengard could be inside. Don't just stand there. Push!
Inside, hurry! We don't have much time.
Hey! We hear you! Stay where you are! We don't have much time! Find out!
The heat coming off that door. Could spell trouble. Someone help!
Thank you. Now, the smoke.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
What now?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Even my home won't ever believe this.
Mary. Oh, Mary. No. Mary, you should have stayed. You should have been with me. I was in our room. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here. It's for her sister's wedding. I made us. We argued about it for hours. She said I'd never see her again. She was right. I'm sorry, Mary. Please.
I'm trapped! Let's march!
Still breathing, despite everything.
Not now!
In here!
Keep your distance down.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Can't give up now.
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait. Fresh air. Your boldness is a blessing.
Counselor.
It takes more than mere fire to break me, Yurrrr. Now listen close, Fist. Duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Alder Ravengard. Gauntlet, report to them.
On your command.
The rest of you, count the dead. And you, please, rescue Ravengard from his Drow captors. The Council will... May I trust you'll see it through? The invisible force holding Baldur's Gate together. Without him, I fear that may have been the intention of those who abducted him. By the time aid arrives, it might be too late. You've the heart of a dragon and the Moonrise Towers along the old road, unless darker forces are at work. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target. Thank you. And should your courage falter, remember the Duke's generosity. Approach the towers with care. The land itself has been swallowed in shadow. I will seek reinforcements and... Fist to work.
The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. 10 years of that. The story. Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Oh, to feel so invincible again. Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but one of these days I'll sort the whole infernal affair out. But not today.
I hear you did the deed. How was your little romp? Spoil sport. Well, what do you want, if you're not here to gossip?
Isn't it glorious? Karlach's fury is a... It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still. A question that burns in my... Elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. It would require a powerful creed to unite them. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this plane, it may reach others.
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold.
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the burning embers of Joaquin's rest.
Hells. Old Ravengard's been taken. Then we need to seek him out and get him to safety. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride. Thank you. That means a lot. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the... No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, his absence alone will sow chaos in the city. He could lead Baldur's Gate, all the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I know. When I look into a mirror, I see the Blade of Frontiers, a man hunt, and I see Will Ravengard. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind.
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile. Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. Somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite... The magic isn't having the effect. It merely drizzles. Yeah, I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Thank you for the artifact.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection?
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Well, you call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank.
We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. The point? Oh, yes.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price.
Get used to the new form, pet. There's no... Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their...
Karlak, keep it...
I'll be keeping mine on you.
Oh, and Will, don't forget,
our pact still stands.
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right. And Mizora made me pay. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils, not Zariel's victims.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
All these years, it's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cut. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. It's not unrelated. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, it was worth the sacrifice.
Shah's blessings upon you. I was. He mentioned Dark Justiciars, and we've come across other signs of a Sharan presence during our travels. I'm not sure I can dismiss that as a coincidence. I'm sure you do, but please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely. Fine. Just keep out of matters that don't concern you. Very well. Perhaps there's potential. I am indeed a disciple of Shah. I assume you've heard of her? My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss. Most fear the dark, like children, but Shah teaches us to step beyond fear. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The Institute, we destroy false idols. Topple corrupt. There's often suffering. Death, even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths. Curious. Most are afraid. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company. Fine. What's on your mind? I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have raised that. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through a...
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of...
The Blade of Frontiers in the guise of a devil. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron. I'll consider it if I am in need of relief. Until then...
Oakfather's blessings to you. Precious little. But I'm... Aradin was convinced there was a hidden entrance in the Temple of Selûne. I'd start there. I studied one up close. Closer than most. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad. Hopefully. I've chosen a successor as first druid. Francesca of the High Forest. Precisely. Who indeed? The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove. Indeed. Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. There's also the Shadow Curse. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago. But I failed to prevent him from unleashing dark... If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something. About both the Shadow Curse and... But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. It's had the whole region around Moonrise Tower. Those who remained are Shadow Cursed. We have to get to Moonrise. But the less time we spend in its blighted... Well, there's hardly anyone left to... What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can I studied the Shadow Curse for years. But to truly understand it.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you. My research turned... It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Don't fidget. The needle must slip behind.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns, and pain shoots through your body.
I think...
The needle seesaws back.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement. Stop. Now? Why?
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick. Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye. Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. Tap, tap.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run. I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just tread.
He pauses, looks down at your...
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage. Please, try not to overexert. I can't help but feel... Take this. Try it on for sight. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
Soldier.
Hope you're keeping well, friend. Master. Friend. I stayed, will never forget him. But I'm glad to have met...
No time to rest.
Great guard helm.
Welcome to... Not to minimize the pain of Volo's poking and prodding, but Besides, I find it gives one an air of mystique. No one's more intriguing than a man with one eye. Sorry, but there's no room for me. Ready and willing.
Curious. I drained you dry. Yet your body seems no more worse for wear. Perhaps I might find use for it again.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Shah's blessings upon you.
Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is, and so is it done. Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
A dragon. Gods preserve me.
You go a lifetime without seeing one, and then they won't stop pestering you.
What are you doing? Hold up before they see you, Gresham. What? Apart from the dragon? That lot are swarming all over the bridge. I don't know. I'm going to find another way around. I doubt a fight against them would go your way. What? I go my own way. Alone. Nobody. Just another harassing fool trying to stay alive. There's plenty of us around. Rag. That's it. I'm getting out of here.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Stop wasting time, Beretta. You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kithrak. We merely sought to...
No excuses. Question, kill, then move. Our queen watches us. Fail.
I hate to be negative, but those Gith will carve you up like a goose.
Speak. You're full up. Dismiss someone first. Well chosen.
What easy prey you make. Walking. These creatures are so simple to ensnare, Beretha. You mule to...
Forgiveness, Kithrak.
And as for you, tell me, why shouldn't I run you through this instant? Senseless creature. But your bravery amuses me. Finally, I find a wolf in a world of lowing cattle. You may live for the moment. Now, we seek a weapon taken from a vessel that fell from the sky. Understand?
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon that Voss seeks is the same one the Absolute's followers are hunting. Her mind focuses. The Gith's suspicion cannot be aroused. They
help us find it, and I will leave your blood beneath.
Don't help them. Don't tell them a thing. We're dead if you do.
It cannot be. Just like that, you offer. In gratitude, I'll grant you a...
At once. Attack!
Don't help them. Don't tell them a thing. We're dead if you do.
Do not speak. Your bleating offends my ear.
He begins to move his hand in a quick flurry of gestures.
What's this? You carry a gate. Beretha, rid us of this worm.
At once. Attack!
On my way.
Should get started.
Victory awaits. No time to waste.
I'm not going to last much longer. Heading there. Don't help them. Don't tell them a thing.
Of course. Obedience is your only hope.
He begins to move his hand in a quick flurry of gestures.
Forever, kill this insolent...
At once.
Should get started. swift as my feet can carry me.
Need to stay focused.
You go a lifetime without seeing one, and then they won't stop pestering you.
It would be too much to hope that's nothing to do with us, wouldn't it?
I tangled with a dragon once. Never forgot it.
Drop your...
I'll feed your...
This is...
No.
Stop wasting time, Beretta. Knowing our queen.
I hate to be...
I'm way too big. I'm way too big.